The Queen City community is coming together for what is lining up to be an unforgettable evening. A Tunnel to Towers benefit concert set for November 23rd, tomorrow at Blackfin and Ballantyne Village. All of the ticket proceeds going to Tunnel to Towers. That foundation's been helping veterans since 9/11 by providing mortgage-free homes to those Gold Star families, the fallen first responder families as well with those young kids, and by building specially adapted smart homes for injured veterans and those first responders.
We're joined now by Derek Mansour, the owner of Blackfin, and Kelly Weeks, the widow of fallen U.S. Marshal Tommy Weeks. First of all, thank you guys for coming in today. We appreciate it.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us.
We were talking about this before we came on. How great is it to finally be ready for tomorrow night? I mean, you guys have to be excited for this.
Julian, we're definitely ready. We're definitely excited about it. This is something that we did this last year, but it wasn't quite as large. And this year we increased it, and now we are fortunate enough to have Kelly with us. So very excited to have Kelly.
They've done all the heavy lifting, for sure. They put all the work in and have given a lot of their time and their energy and their resources to provide an opportunity like this. So I hope people realize that they do this out of their pocket, not out of anybody else's.
And we're going to talk more about that bit here in just a bit, because we want you to cancel or change whatever plans you had tomorrow to come to this event. Kelly, when we talk about celebrating our heroes, right? As we say all the time, heroes come in different forms and fashions. And when we think about Tommy and the life that he led, even leading up to 7 months ago, and the legacy that he now leaves and that you carry on these 7 months.
Yeah.
What is the greatest thing every morning that you wake up that you go, I'm taking this part of Tommy and I'm going through my day?
Laughter.
Really?
Anybody that knew him, he was the king of movie quotes. He loved Slapshot, Beverly Hills Cop. He liked the old movies, and he could quote all of them. And so Tommy spent his life just trying to find ways to make people laugh, and in even the most tense situations. So a lot of laughter in our family, a lot of jokes, and just living through that piece of him.
Derek, I do want to ask why you got involved in a second, but Kelly, I do want to ask you one thing that we talked about nonstop 7 months ago is not forgetting, right? And we heard that time and time again. How important is it that people not forget the sacrifices that were made?
It's very important. It's not only not forgetting my husband, who did give his life to protect our community, but it's also, I talk a lot about the people that are still alive. We still have a lot of first responders every day that get up and go to work and do this job. And as a community, we got to remember them. I mean, it's people remember Tommy now because of the tragedy, but he did a lot before that. And so the ones that show up every day are the ones that I really fight for and I'm probably the most vocal about.
I love these pictures that we're looking at of you guys and your family and the smile. You can tell, like you said, you can tell that he does love to laugh and joke around, even though he was a Capitals fan.
No, go Caps, baby.
Huge Caps.
Caps.
I should have never opened the door for that one. But as we're looking at these things, you've been able to, sometimes you can't help other people until you've been through an experience yourself. You've been able to speak with Officer Ayer's family and widow and wife as well, and other wives in town that have been through something similar. Could we do a better job as a community reinforcing the first responder families and what support looks like?
Yeah, I think support, someone asked me, what can we do? And I really think it's thanking them, because a lot of these people do this job because they feel a calling, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's not a job that everybody wants to do. And I say all the time, the day that Tommy was shot, there's a lot of people who went into that scene after it already started and knew they could have been shot at, knew it was a dangerous situation. And CMPD, they showed up, and other guys showed up, and the brothers and sisters that Tommy has at the U.S. Marshal Service are back doing their jobs. And so I think from a community, we just need to thank them and find ways. Coffee, they don't ask for much. They like to eat. You can always find food. Just find ways to thank our first responders, because if we did not have them, can you imagine what our community would look like? It would not be a place we would want to live.
100%, I couldn't agree more. So speaking about ways to get involved, Derek, you decided to find a way to get involved. Talk about the event we have going on tomorrow night and the headliners we have and the live auction we're talking about. Christmas coming up, some really cool things that people can bid on.
Yeah, well, gosh, that's a whole lot of information. And thanks for putting me on the spot. I appreciate it. So, all right, so our acts are national recording artist Ryan Trotty, and we also have a local band, Kids in America, that actually plays all over North Carolina. They're tremendous. Very exciting 80s band. Ryan's going to go first, and then Kids in America are going to go second. In between, we're going to have a live auction, and that live auction, we actually have a real live auctioneer. It's going to be very fun.
Those are fun.
Interesting. Yeah, can't wait to hear him. We have some like luxury vacation packages. We have a PGA flag that was signed by
All the majors.
all the majors.
All the major players. Autographed.
We have, actually, thanks to Carolina Country Music Festival and Love and Life Music Festival,
Yeah.
we have tickets that we're going to be able to auction off
Ooh,
as well.
that's sold out this year, so
well,
that's
the
big
main
time.
stage VIP tickets actually are sold out for the 10-year anniversary of the Carolina Country Music Festival. We were able to get 2 of those. Of
course you were.
So we're going to be able to auction those off.
Before we run out of time, you're holding a couple bracelets that
Yes, sir.
mean a lot to you that we want to share before we wrap this up. Tell me why you brought those, the meaning behind them.
Well, I'm going to let Kelly talk
I
about
will.
that.
Okay,
because
yeah,
she
tell
knows-
us.
She knows the individual that actually made those.
There's a gentleman that's called Laserworks. He's a police officer, but he does these for any fallen family. He automatically makes them and sends them. So when Tommy passed, he made bracelets for us that we could wear. And then he also did one for another concert, and he made these so that we could sell them at the event to use the money to donate to Tunnels for Towers. But
Yeah.
this is a way for everyone to have something to take home. You can wear it every day and remember, celebrate your heroes. And it's just a good way to remind yourself of the little things that you need to remember each day.
Boy, there's a lot we need to remember. So, and you're doing a great job of that, you and your family. So, Kelly, thank you for
Thank you for having
keeping
us.
the story and the legacy of Tommy alive. We appreciate that. Derek, thank you for your passion for heroes, honoring those. We're going to give you all the information you would ever want to know. It kicks off tomorrow night at 5:30, again at Blackfin at Ballantyne Village. Go out there, support our heroes. We'll have that linked at QCnews.com.